Hello and welcome to Weymouth High School for today's coverage of varsity football. Mike Walker bringing the coverage here on BCAM TV, and the opening kickoff is going to be fair caught by Braintree in their own end, and the offense will take over here to begin the game. First snap of the game, thrown deep by Tellier. Down the field it goes, and is caught by Franciosa Johnson. Franciosa Johnson makes one miss, he is gone, and Braintree on the first play of the game. A touchdown of 70 yards from Franciosa Johnson, who again has been the spark plug offensively pretty much all season, and he makes the highlight plays all game long, and he gets a chance here on the first play, and Braintree with a huge play here to begin the game before a lot of the fans can even file into their seats, and Braintree ahead 6-0 pending the PAT. Wow, what a start for Braintree here on the road, facing the Wildcats. Both teams 3-3 on the season, and Braintree knowing that what's at stake here, a win would put them in much better position in the playoff seeding, and would probably avoid the top team in the state in the little play-in tournament mid-season. As the snap down, the kick on the way, and the kick is up and good. And Braintree with the extra point from Brooks, and a 7-0 lead, and just 15 seconds in, just like that, Braintree ahead here in the first quarter, 7-0. A very quiet crowd now here at Weymouth High School. So head coach Lee Carlson, the first-year coach, taking over for head coach Chamberlain, who had been under the helm for many years, and Carlson under his direction for many years, but now taking over the lead, the head coach of the program, and the offense has really gotten going. Most games, Braintree has scored 3 or 4 touchdowns minimum in a game. And now it'll be Weymouth's first opportunity for the football, as Braintree will kick this one off. This one sent down and fielded at the 10, where it's picked up and brought out by Alicia. And he is going to be taken down after a very short return.
On the return, number 1, Dante Pipiglione.
And actually, the roster that Max Prep has is different than the roster here, so let's do the best we can with names, but obviously the Weymouth roster is different than what is listed online.
It'll be first and 10 Weymouth on the 28-yard line.
So it'll be Weymouth ball at the 28, where the first offensive play will occur. Braintree defense, who has had a couple of really strong games this season, looks to make a play. As the handoff goes up the middle and a very short gain, getting out over the 30, but nothing further.
That's number 20, Mike Stevenson, on the run. Weymouth is second down.
So the run there from Severson. This is the PA announcer for the last name. So second down upcoming. Second down and about 7. As the handoff going to the outside, and a big hit. As that was Braintree's number 32, Steve Luongo, on the big hit.
That'll bring us to third down and about 6 yards to go.
So maybe a yard.
Let's put your hands together for that offense.
Maybe a 2 on the carry, on the end around. Bring up a third down and 5. Got a late filing crowd here on a Friday night. Braintree defense facing a third down. Back to pass, and the first throw of the game is knocked away and incomplete. And getting a hand on that ball for Braintree was number 83, Matthew Marmine.
Will bring us a fourth.
So the defense does its job. It brings up a fourth down. Weymouth under the direction of T.J. Byrne, their head coach, fourth year. And Braintree has had Weymouth's number, really, the past 10 years or so. As we get ready, it looks like Weymouth will punt, but you never know. As they are back, here is the punt, gets it away. A very short punt, but takes the Weymouth bounce, and finally fielded at the 37-yard line, where Braintree's offense, they'll squat at the 36, and that's where Braintree's second offensive snap will take over. So Braintree, of course, beginning the game, if you joined us late, a 70-yard throwing touchdown from Tellier to Francisco to Johnson, who caught the ball about 30 or 40 yards down the field, made two defenders miss, and then outraced the rest all the way to the end zone for Braintree's opening touchdown in their first play. And now they'll see their second offensive snap, which we'll see if they get a run play going. And Braintree does hand it up the middle, and nothing there on the carry from Luongo. Looks like he lost a yard on the play.
Luongo on the run, brought down by that defensive line for Weymouth. Let's put your hands together for the Weymouth defense.
So a 7-0 lead for Braintree, and now their second down play and 11. Luongo in the backfield, right next to Tellier, who's 1 for 1 throwing the football, and now a 2 for 2 as he hits Dionisio over the 40.
Complete to number 29, Don Dionisio.
Upcoming, the handoff, and not much there, and Braintree stopped on third down. As Luongo is pushed backwards. As the Weymouth defense able to hold.
Brought down by number 22, Cameron Aida, and number 20, Mike Stevenson.
So Braintree with the offense out there, and Weymouth had too many players on the field, and the coaching staff will have to take a timeout. So Braintree forcing Weymouth to burn a timeout with really not good management there on the field, as they had too many players. Would have given Braintree a free first down, as the Wamps here this season have on multiple occasions forced teams to jump off sides on fourth down, at least making teams weary of coming out to defend, whether Braintree punts it or not here. And I would imagine they will, just with a 7-0 lead and the defense doing its job on its first try. So Braintree with a 7-0 lead, and they will send out the punter, Brooks, who has really done a beautiful job this season kicking the ball. Not only just the field goals on the PATs, but really has been strong punting it, which has been his forte. Perfect snap, and he'll get it away, and a high arcing kick, and this one bouncing all the way inside the 20-yard line, now inside the 15, where it rolls to a stop at the 13, and a really nice kick that'll switch field positions and give Weymouth their own 13-yard line, first and 10. Second time with the football, and the Braintree defense looking to do another good job. So first and 10 for the offense, as the handoff goes to the running back, and a very short gain. Be lucky to get to that line of scrimmage.
Weymouth number 22, Cameron Aida, up the middle.
And there have not been much going in the direction on offense so far. So second down upcoming for the offense, as the Braintree defense has been good early here in this first quarter. Handoff again, this one to the left, and again Braintree defends it well. Weymouth gets out over the 15, but another short gain.
Fernandez on the run. Bring us to third down.
So Fernandez on the carry. On the end around, listed as a wide receiver.
Third down. Let's put your hands together for the Weymouth offense.
Crowd trying to help out the Weymouth offense, who has struggled here early in this game. Second offensive series. Still have not gotten a first down yet. Back to pass, rolling to his right, and the short pass is thrown behind the intended target and incomplete, as Luongo was all over him, as well as number 56, Will Krupa, who was defending. So Weymouth will be forced to punt for the second time here in the half. See what kind of field position Braintree gets from this. You would imagine they'd have the ball inside the 50, based on the last punt was not a very good one. Another good snap, and this one is high into the air, and it'll be stopped at the 45-yard line, actually make it the 35-yard line, as it's down there. And Braintree's offense with a golden opportunity here in this first quarter to take a 2-score lead. Couldn't ask for better field position. Generally, when you see the ball fielded at this position on the field, you imagine there was a turnover, whether it was a fumble or an interception. I guess you could see a long return, but Braintree set up with a 7-0 lead. And that's the 35 of Weymouth. Back to pass, Tellier looking down the field, again looking for Francois Johnson, who makes the catch along the sideline. Still no signal from the referee. Looked like he made that catch. And apparently the referee is saying he was out of bounds. Wow, that's a big call. We'll have to see that one again. Looked like Francois Johnson did get that ball in bounds, but no real complaint from the Braintree sideline. And obviously very tough to see from this angle, but that looked like a pretty good play as Braintree with the throw. This time it is caught by Francois Johnson, as on the bubble screen he gets out and he gets a first down. 10-yard completion. And Francois Johnson, who had the score earlier with his second catch.
That'll be Braintree first down.
Handoff to Luongo, and Luongo bounces to the outside, doesn't find much room, and Weymouth with 4 or 5 players in there on the tackle. Finally able to take him down.
Braintree runner.
As Braintree gets down to the 25.
And then a pack of Wildcats.
So second down now for Braintree. 7-0 lead and the football. Deep in Weymouth territory. Handoff goes to Luongo. And Luongo able to spin off the first tackler and dive forward for about 3 or 4 yards. Good second effort by Luongo.
Luongo brought down by Mike Stevenson. And another pack of Wildcats. Brings us to third down.
So a third down upcoming, deep in Weymouth territory. Braintree would probably go for it here on fourth down if they get there. And a flag. And an illegal procedure on Braintree.
False start, Braintree.
So that'll back Braintree up 5 yards and make this a lot more difficult here on third down.
Third and long.
Hellier directing his receiving core. 4 wide receiver set as Brooks lined up as a receiver. And Braintree will throw it. Hellier with some space. Hellier fires down the field and just off the hands of the intended target down the field. Incomplete off the hands of Brooks. Tough one there to catch. Pretty good thrown ball by Hellier, but the hands just a little bit in front of him for Brooks, who would have made a spectacular catch if he could have held on to that one. And the Braintree offense does stay on the field. That penalty really did hurt. Let's see if Braintree can get a first down. 4th down carry going up the middle and getting tackled at the 21-yard line. And that's not going to be good enough. It'll be a turnover on downs for Braintree as they apparently were just trying to bring the ball deep into Weymouth territory. Of course, you're not assuming that Braintree has given up there on that 4th down play, but not throwing the football. Very tough to get almost 15 yards on a running play up the middle. And obviously Weymouth had it defended well. And the Wildcats with their best defensive play of the game. On the handoff, goes up the middle, and Braintree right there. The handful of players in on the tackle. A couple players tackling low.
It's Weymouth Mike Stevenson on the run. It's the 2nd down.
So Weymouth has not really had a big play yet here in this first quarter. Offensively or defensively. Have not seen much on offense. Crowd trying to get their team back in this game, but the offense has not done much. Back to pass. Looking down the field, rolling to his right, and this one is caught over the 30-yard line.
That's number 3.
As the catch by Fernandez.
Which is enough for a Weymouth first down.
And the Wildcats finally able to move the chains. So a first down upcoming. And the ball at the 31.
1st and 10 Weymouth on the 31-yard line.
Back to pass, and this one thrown towards the sideline and too high, up and over the head of the intended target.
Pass intended for number 1, Dante Prodiglione. Bring us to 2nd down, Weymouth.
Why did they start the game 10 minutes early?
I don't know.
What? Started early, I don't know why. That has a date. Every message I got about it was 7 o'clock.
It was. And there's 3 minutes left and
Oh, strange to me.
2nd and 10, Weymouth.
So a 7-0 lead for Braintree here on the road. Weymouth now with a 2nd down and 10 inside their own territory, and the handoff. Decent gain now, is able to get this one out to the 42 on a couple of broken tackles, as that will move the chain.
And that's enough for a Weymouth first down.
Fake handoff. Now the handoff does go up the middle, and another good carry.
Number 22.
But a 6-yard gain.
On the run. Bring us to 2nd down and 6.
So Weymouth starting to get the offense clicking a bit here in this first quarter. Couple minutes remaining here in quarter number 1 as Braintree with a 7-0 lead. Braintree has started the season with so many home games. Going to be on the road quite a bit here as the season comes towards an end. Snap is high. Back to pass. Long pass down the field, and it's knocked away. Incomplete, as it was defended well down the field by Braintree's number 30, Ricky Dever.
Number 1, Dante Bergignoni. Bring us to Weymouth, third down. Let's put your hands together for that offense. Third down.
The third down for the Wildcats. The pitch to the left, and it's going to be out towards the 50 and short of the first down marker by about a couple of yards. As Braintree able to take him down.
Flag on the play.
Tutkus in on the tackle. There's a flag on the play, which you see the Weymouth player is already backing up. Looks like it's going to be against them, more likely than not a hold. And it is a hold. So that's going to really hurt this offensive series. For head coach TJ Byrne and his team, now facing a 3rd and long instead of 3rd and 2. Defense again, looking to make another stand. Man in motion, and the quarterback going up the middle. Some room, and not going to get anywhere near the first down marker as he is hammered in the backfield as Braintree with 2 or 3 players, including Luongo, in on the sack. And Braintree forcing another punt here in the first quarter as Weymouth very stagnant here on offense in this first half so far. Just a couple first downs. And the Braintree defense will get the football back to their offense. Probably not as good a field position as they had last series, but obviously not able to score last time. The offense for Braintree hasn't been able to get much going after that first series, as the first quarter will come to a close here as the first quarter ends. 7-0 lead for Braintree after 1. We'll see the start of the second quarter after a quick break here on BCAM TV.
You might feel like there's too many problems in the world, or that, you as a 15-year-old, 16-year-old can't really make a difference.
It's not always about you. It's not just one person. It's a group. It's a team. If we all show up together, that's what it's all about.
I was a part of helping to build what it is today.
I'm really lucky to get to be a part of that legacy.
Just that simple act that takes 5 or 10 minutes of your time is making a difference and is transforming someone else's life.
Once you get there and realize how much you can change someone's life, it's one of the best feelings in the world.
I'd do anything to convince you just to be a part of this.
You guys keep doing what you're doing. It's something special.
Get up and try something. Just try it. Just go to one event, one action team event.
It'll just make you feel so good about yourself.
Welcome back to Weymouth High School here to begin quarter number 2. Mike Walker bringing the coverage here on BCAM TV on a 7-0 game in favor of Braintree here on the road. As Weymouth sets a punt here to begin the second quarter. And Braintree some pretty good pressure, almost got a hand on that one. And the ball fair caught by Braintree. And Garrity fair catching that ball inside the 40-yard line, right around the 37.5, 38, depending on the spot. And that's where the offense for Braintree will take over for their third offensive series of the game. So Weymouth with nothing so far through a quarter. Braintree with the only score. Touchdown from Franciosa Johnson on the first play from scrimmage. As Braintree will pass here to begin the second quarter. As the pass completed, Parsons Gomes out to the 43.
Caleb Parsons on the catch. Brought down by number 42, Ryan McCarthy. Brings us to second down and about 6.
Back to throw again, Tellier. Pass completed to Franciosa Johnson. Able to get by one and a second as Franciosa Johnson making another great play. As he gets outside the 35 down to the 32. And Franciosa Johnson very elusive on the other side of the field. Making good things happen when he touches the football here in this game, which is very customary. But it's a matter of can they get him the ball, which early in this game they've done a fine job of getting it to him. That's his third catch already. One ball that was caught that was ruled out of bounds. As they go right back in his direction, makes the catch to the 30, or inside the 30, down to the 26. As Franciosa Johnson with another reception, his fourth of the game.
Number 3, Mario Franciosa on the catch. Brought down by number 8, Jacob Tanner of Weymouth. Bringing the second down and 6.
So a 4-yard gain on the play. And Braintree looking like they're going to have a potential draw play here with 4 receivers. And the ball does go up the middle to Luongo, who takes it down to the 25, but a very short gain.
Steve Luongo for Braintree, brought down by a tackle Wildcats. It's going to be third down for Braintree. Put those hands together for the Weymouth defense.
Tellier looking to his left, throwing it down the field, up in the end zone, and it's intercepted in the end zone. Picked off deep in the back of the end zone. Actually called, was that called incomplete? Referee with a weird signal in the back of the end zone. I think that was picked off, and it is going to be called an interception as the ball will be placed at the 20-yard line on the touchback. Weird signal from the referee in the end zone, but obviously looked like a clean pick, which it was. And Braintree forcing themselves into their first turnover of this game, which has been a problem here this season. Interceptions have been one of the downsides here for Tellier this season. He's had a handful of them, and a couple that have been returned for touchdowns. But he's had such a lively arm this season. Can't really fault Tellier, who wants to throw the football. It's really been Braintree's strong suit, airing the ball out. Of course, interceptions will happen as the handoff goes up the middle and about a 3-yard pickup on the carry.
Number 22, Cameron Aida on the run. Bring us to second and 7.
So a second down upcoming for the Weymouth offense. Braintree ahead 7-0. Again, the only score coming on the first play from scrimmage. Long touchdown pass from Tellier to Franciosa Johnson. The only points of this game. As Weymouth again backed up in their own territory. Another handoff and getting it out. And a good carry. This is their best play of the game. Out over midfield, down to the 40, 30, as Braintree still trying to take him down inside the 10. And down at the 5, where he's finally run down by Colantonio. And a huge play by Weymouth. Clearly their best play of the game, and now their offense setting them up for a touchdown to tie this game, potentially.
That's number 22, Cameron Aida on the run.
So long carry by Ayuda.
Weymouth, first and goal.
As it'll it'll bring up a first and goal for the offense, who until then had done nothing offensively. Now all of a sudden they have a chance to make it 7-6 with the score. Obviously still have to see the extra point or the 2-point conversion if they do score. But very often in a high school game, there is no 100% certainty. Obviously not 100% certain in the NFL either that the extra point will be made, but obviously a lot more accurate there. And you do see a lot of missed extra points, so something to keep an eye on. Not every team has a kicker that's very trusted. And we're finally ready to see the first snap here after the first down. Ball is actually going to see a timeout after all of that. And Braintree with a 7-0 lead, but Weymouth on the move, and they have an opportunity here. So the Wamps defense, who has been very good in this game, will have to make a very big stand at the goal line if they want to keep this a Braintree lead. Again, Braintree 3-3 heading into today's action. Coming off of a very disappointing loss at home, but obviously a very tough opponent, Walpole. Weymouth also 3-3, but both sides right now with the playoffs on their minds. And Braintree with a win here would really propel them to a much better seating as the handoff to the left side, stretching and getting it a couple of yards closer towards the goal line. And it is a touchdown as Weymouth scores a touchdown to make it 7-6. So on the first down carry, first and goal, it's Weymouth able to score out of the timeout. Now the extra point to tie it. Snap, the kick on its way, and he missed it. Missed it wide right. Braintree holds the lead 7-6 after the missed extra point. And Weymouth for the first time in the game on the scoreboard as the Braintree offense will get the football back with a 1-point lead as Weymouth has climbed right back in it. Just talked about missed extra points right before the touchdown, and sure enough, Weymouth not able to finish their drive off and make it a 7-7 game. And now that opens the door for at some point they're going to have to try and go for two. Braintree does score another touchdown. At some point they're going to have to chase that extra point that they lost. See what kind of response Braintree will have here on the special teams. After the touchdown makes it 7-6. And the kick from the 40. Fielded by Braintree at the 11-yard line. A couple shakes and not much there on the return, as taken out to the 20-yard line by Danny O'Shea. And a Weymouth player shaken up on the play. And it looks like we're going to see an injury on the field, which we will take. A 7-0 lead, or 7-6 lead, after Weymouth had just scored. Braintree with the football and a timeout on the field for an injury. We'll be right back.
Justin Riley.
And then you're looking at 4 video tracks. Right. You're switching them around.
Welcome back here at Weymouth High School after the injury. And Braintree's offense will take over deep in their own end. 7-6 lead for Braintree here on the road. Braintree with a turnover on their last series. And the handoff goes up the middle. Luongo. And Luongo puts the ball on the ground. And Braintree with their second straight turnover as Weymouth recovers. So an interception last time, now a fumble. And Braintree not doing a good job at all taking care of the football. And Weymouth set up to essentially go ahead. So the defense, who's done a pretty good job in this game, the offense now giving up a couple of turnovers.
Attention, we have the White Bird Expedition 22Z-854 with their lights on in the parking lot. White Ford Expedition 22Z-854 with the lights on.
So an opportunity for the Wildcats. To go ahead. Rolling to his left. Here's the throw. It's down the field and complete. Down to the 9-yard line. And Weymouth set up with the first and goal. As the pass from Nordstrom is completed.
And that's good for Weymouth's first down.
So a first down, and now a first and goal for the offense. So Braintree, who had looked so dominant in that first quarter, has now allowed Weymouth on the scoreboard. As the pass again from Nordstrom. And the ball fumbled at the 1 and recovered by Braintree in the end zone. And the signal is for the fumble recovery for Braintree as the receiver was trying to stretch across the goal line. And a huge call here as the ref's going to talk this one over. This is a huge call in the game. It's either a touchdown as the ball broke the plane, or was the ball fumbled before it broke the plane and Braintree recovered it for the turnover. And if that is the case, Weymouth with just a huge, huge mistake here trying to get that extra yard and the touchdown as the 4 referees now talking it over. The initial call, though, was for a turnover, so that is very important because they would have to have evidence to overrule this, which it is going to be a touchback. So the signal is for the fumble recovery and the touchback, and Weymouth turns the ball over in the end zone.
The call is a fumble.
Wow, that is a huge call here. And Nordstrom right now talking with the official. He does not like the call, but doing a pretty good job to be calm over there and talking with the official. And certainly understand some frustration there, but from our angle, we don't have a down the goal line cam, which obviously would have been needed in that spot to really have an idea if that was or not, but the referee was in a pretty good position to make that call, and the call goes Braintree's way. So both sides fumbling the ball here the last minute, and Braintree with the handoff and a short gain on the carry from Brooks, who is right now running the ball after Luongo fumbling, whether it's coincidence or not. Sometimes you see teams bench a player for fumbling the football. We'll see if we see Luongo back in. Could also just be a different set of plays that Braintree likes to have Brooks in on. As he gets the carry again and makes a nice carry as he holds that football very strongly. And a first down carry out over the 30. As the play, Braintree going, hurry up now, as the ball out to the 39-yard line. Parsons on the play. 7-6 lead for Braintree and the football as they move the ball about halfway through the second quarter. And the handoff, it is Luongo back in the game, able to spin past one and take the ball over midfield. So a nice carry after fumbling his last touch, and Braintree moving the chains again, and a first down. Luongo very shifty there. Braintree right over midfield now. The ball on the Weymouth side of the field at the 49. Handoff to Luongo again, and Luongo with a 3-yard pickup before he is pushed backwards.
Number 32, Steve Luongo for Braintree, brought down by a pack of Wildcats.
Both running backs staying in the game.
Second down and 7 for
Luongo to Tellier's left, and Brooks going to line up as a receiver, it looks like. Back to pass. Tellier throws it out to Brooks, makes the catch, makes one miss, and takes it inside the 45, where he's knocked out of bounds.
Number 43, Ryan Brooks. Pushed out of bounds, and number 22, Cameron Aida, Weymouth. Brings it to 3rd and 5 for Braintree. Put your hands together for that defense.
Braintree here on the carry. It's Luongo, as Luongo pushes towards the 40-yard line, but it gets knocked back, and he's taken down at the 42-yard line, where it'll bring up a 4th down, and Braintree's offense will stay on the field. As Weymouth hustles to the sideline, and they're again going to have to take a timeout, as again they almost had a player get caught on the field with too many men. So a timeout is taken here in a 7-6 game. Braintree with the football, and they're on the move again as they're over midfield, trying to add to the lead. They had an interception earlier. They also had a fumble. So the offense with 2 turnovers, and Weymouth with a chance to take the lead on the last drive, fumbled the ball at the half-yard line, and Braintree recovered it in the end zone. So 3 turnovers total in this game, and then if you want to count the turnover on downs earlier by Braintree. It's very common to see teams go for it on 4th down. A lot of turnover on downs, because a lot of teams do not punt the ball, especially when you're in the opponent's territory like Braintree is here.
Put your hands together for that Weymouth defense. 4th and 3, Braintree.
The crowd trying to rile up their defense as Braintree will hike this one. Back to pass, Tellier. Braintree will fire it down the field. Long down the field it goes, and incomplete. And I do not see any flag on the field, as that will be a turnover on downs. And Braintree, for the second time in the game, will allow the Weymouth offense back on the field on a turnover on downs.
That'll be a turnover on down. 1st and 10.
So Braintree was just throwing that one up for grabs. Whether the ball was caught, it would have been very close to a touchdown. If it was intercepted, it would have been inside the 5. But obviously the ball was incomplete. And now the offense for Weymouth will take over at their own 42-yard line, decent field position, here to begin their drive. But again, Braintree, just that one touchdown early. Weymouth with the touchdown, missed the extra point. That's all the scoring in this game. 7-6 lead, as we're well past the halfway point now of this second quarter. A pass to the outside, open down the field, is completed on a lateral play. And down the field it goes as Weymouth pulling out the bag of tricks. So a long play down the field. Weymouth had 2 of those long plays. One to run, this one a pass. And you wonder if that is a backup quarterback, because the way he threw that ball, it looked like he's done it before. Had the player open down the field, and looks like we're going to have a timeout on the field as Braintree with a 7-6 lead. But again, they're trying their best to keep it 7-6. As Weymouth's offense starting to move the ball down the field.
First and goal, Weymouth.
So getting ready here. First and goal after the timeout. Weymouth, who just had the ball, first and goal just a couple minutes ago, fumbled the ball at the goal line, now carrying this one and going backwards and a flag thrown in. And it looks like Weymouth may be backed up here.
That's number 3, Cam Fernandez on the run.
And it looks like another holding penalty coming.
Flag on the play.
And that's the second costly hold of this game against the Weymouth offense. So just after you thought they were going to potentially walk this one in and go ahead for the first time, Weymouth is pushed back 10 yards. And the offense all the way back to the 20.
Will be first and goal, Weymouth from the 20.
So first and goal from the 20-yard line. And now a much different look for the offense. And the pass is completed, as Weymouth getting a good chunk of those yards back, half of it in the process.
Brendan Farrell. Second and goal. Second and goal from the 9-yard line. Put your hands together for that Weymouth offense.
So second and goal from the 10 after a 10-yard completion. Getting ready now for the play with the man going in motion as the quarterback Nordstrom rolls to his right, looking for a player to throw it to, finds somebody in the back of the end zone, and it's a Braintree player. It's picked off in the end zone. So the second turnover inside the 10 as that one picked off by number 30, Ricky Dever, a junior defensive back. And now, Weymouth turning the ball over in the end zone. Those are just mistakes that you can't have happen. You cannot turn the ball over twice deep in your opponent's end. As Weymouth, for the second time, where it looked like they were going to get 6 points from the drive, are turned away, and Braintree with the takeaway to make it 7-6. But Braintree still leading by just one, as the ball will now be thrown by Tellier, completed out to the 45, out to Brooks, who makes the reception and the run. A lot of run after the catch. Yards after contact.
Number 8, Jacob Tanner.
Handoff to Luongo, and a short carry.
Braintree number 32, Steve Luongo on the run, brought down by a tackle Wildcats.
So the defense now facing a second down, as Braintree trying to make something happen before halftime. 7-6 lead. Seems like it should be a lead for Weymouth the way this half has gone, as the ball is out to midfield. Weymouth certainly can argue they've been the better team in this half, but it doesn't matter right now. The scoreboard reads Braintree ahead by 1, but Weymouth does get the ball to begin the second half, so this is a big drive here for Braintree. Third down upcoming. As Braintree will throw, completed to Parsons Gomes. Braintree with a push in the back that they are not going to throw a flag on. It doesn't look like, and it doesn't matter at this point, as they did throw the flag. I didn't see the flag. And now, some extra, and Weymouth better be careful not to get a penalty here, as some extra after the play. And now Braintree with a little pushing and shoving. Both sides firing the shove. And Braintree better be careful that they do not pick up anything further.
I didn't hear about what happened.
There was a flag on the play.
I saw that video on Facebook.
And so we will see what shakes out from all this. Obviously, there's going to be a long discussion before we find out what the call will be. But this is a big call in the game. And if you look at the field right now, there's three separate flags on the field. Definitely going to be some matching penalties, but you wonder, I didn't see any punches thrown. I did see some pushing and shoving, which I don't believe would be grounds for an ejection, but the referees will make the final decision.
They were trailing at something. Right. I didn't think it was going to happen on the field. I thought it was going to happen here. The video is insane. It was cement stairs. He had his skates on and he just sprinted up the stairs with his glove on. Maybe that might have helped.
So waiting to find out what the call will be here.
I mean, bare knuckle though, that's going to hurt if you fall off and hit the...
Braintree, for the most part, stayed disciplined until the end, where they gave it a little extra shove at the end, which certainly drew a flag. I know that. It was definitely a retaliatory flag against Braintree, but you wonder what the first flag was.
I have to get up at like 5 to get to a hockey game in Falmouth on Sunday. Yeah.
And this has been a long discussion. And now, referee talking with the head coach for Weymouth. Hard to say on the other side if there's another referee having a discussion on the Braintree side. Doesn't look like it. But if the ref is talking on the other side, you wonder, and now head coach Carlson looks like he may be jogging out. He needs to find out what's going on here. This is really curious. And he's going to have to go back to the sideline, and I believe the referee's going to go over and talk to him after. This is a little bit ridiculous to see this long of a delay here. I don't understand why it's taking so long to sort out. Pretty obvious what took place, but I don't know if it's going to really get the Weymouth fans and team into this game more than it already has, but all I do know is that Weymouth better be careful what they wish for, because Braintree has an offense that can erupt, and if you wake up a sleeping giant, it's really not what you want to do. Already started on the first play from scrimmage, where Francis Johnson went 70 yards for a score. Weymouth has had the ball 3 times in Braintree territory, twice inside the red zone, twice they fumbled. Well, actually, twice they turned it over. Once a fumble, once a turnover on an interception in the end zone. So, the Weymouth offense, who had done nothing in the first quarter, has moved the ball up and down the field all quarter long here in the second, but only has 6 points because of those 2 turnovers in the red zone. And now Braintree, who had a good first quarter offensively, hasn't done much in the second, and now, depending on the flags here, we'll see what transpires from this. It's going to be a lot of calls. Might be too much to figure out. And at this point, it's almost better to just hear this from the officials. The first call is a block in the back, which I did see originally on Braintree. That is going to be declined. And it looks like that might be the only penalty called, although maybe they were just matching penalties, so they're not going to discuss them.
Offsetting penalty.
So it looks like after all that, it's just going to be offsetting, I guess, because they're not moving backwards, which is pretty hard to believe, because there was definitely some contact in the back on that block in the back, but then there was lots of pushing and shoving. And somehow nothing further from that. So Braintree here, trying to make Weymouth jump offside, and Braintree a little bit too aggressive, as Dionisio looked like he may have jumped first, and looks like Braintree will have to punt it now as they jump offside again. Second time Braintree called for a false start.
False start. Braintree. Braintree with the punt.
As this one is sent away by Brooks, bounces over the 30-yard line, and finally spins out of bounds at the 23, where Weymouth will take over here late in the first half, and probably not going to see much further in this half, as Braintree pretty much runs that clock dry. As the Weymouth offense will go back onto the field for one more play. In a 7-6 game, again, Weymouth does get the ball to start the second half, so certainly don't want to do anything stupid here late in this first half. Down one. Already turned it over twice. Braintree has as well. So this has not been a clean half by any means. And it looks like it's just going to be a kneel down from the quarterback. And that is how we end this first half. 7-6 lead for Braintree here at halftime. And after 2 quarters of play here at Weymouth High School, Braintree holding on to a 1-point lead, 7-6. We'll be back for third quarter action after this. Welcome back to Weymouth High School here to begin the third quarter. Mike Walter bringing the coverage here on BCAM TV in a 7-6 game in favor of Braintree. And again, the Wamps will have to kick this ball off to begin the third quarter. Both sides with 2 turnovers in the first half. Weymouth with 2 very costly ones inside the red zone. 1 picked off in the end zone, 1 fumbled and recovered in the end zone. So Braintree with an interception in the end zone as well. As this one is fielded at the 16-yard line, and a decent return out to about the 32-yard line, as Braintree with the football and returning it for a touchdown, but of course play was blown dead before that happened. As Fernandez with a short return, but Weymouth, see what kind of mistakes or what type of things they can recover from these mistakes that they made in that first half, because they made way too many in order to win a game like this at home. Doesn't matter who you're playing. You make that many mistakes, you're not going to win many games. And Braintree, on the other side of the ball, needs to do a better job as well taking care of the football. As the handoff, and Braintree able to take them down in the backfield. As that was Perry Lane getting a chance to get there in the backfield.
Second down, Weymouth.
Second down.
No, I'm cutting you off.
So the Weymouth offense trying to jumpstart here in this third quarter. As the pitch to the right, and Braintree has it defended pretty well. As able to get a block and get over the 30.
Number 33, Brandon Riley on the run for Weymouth.
And that takes them in a much more manageable third down.
3rd and 9 for Weymouth. Let's put your hands together for that Weymouth offense. Come on, Weymouth!
So 3rd down. That's Weymouth in their own territory. Looking for a first down. Back to pass. Nordstrom looking for somebody to throw it to. Braintree some pressure in the backfield, and the ball is thrown and incomplete, as that one could not be received right in front of the Weymouth bench.
Pass intended for number 1, Dante Persiglione. Will bring us to 4th down.
So a 4th down, and they'll have to punt the ball early in the 3rd quarter. Low snap, and just able to get it away on another short kick, but it takes a very kind bounce, and Weymouth will let it bounce and roll, and it stops just outside the 30-yard line where Braintree's first offensive series here of the second half will begin.
Let's put your hands together for that Weymouth defense.
As the handoff goes up the middle, and Luongo with a short carry, but ends up actually getting over the 35, and it turns into a decent chunk play on 1st down.
Brought down by number 51, Michael Mastrocola.
Back to pass is Tellier. Finds some room up the middle. He'll take it himself, and he'll slide down with some contact afterwards. That easily could have drawn a flag. And it doesn't look like there will be one on the field. But Braintree did scramble, and Tellier gets the 1st down in the process. Tellier, one of the senior leaders here of this team, along with Franciosa Johnson, main 2 offensive weapons. Seeing a lot of senior Luongo as well, Steve Luongo. A lot of Ryan Brooks, so a lot of heavily involved players. Those 4 involved in the offense here this season. As Braintree will run this one out to the left, and a good carry from Brooks as he takes it down to the 35. And Brooks with a very strong carry.
Second and short for Braintree. Good defense.
So Braintree trying to score here. They really need to get some offense going because they haven't really done much since that first drive. Brooks has been involved on this drive quite a bit, as Luongo this time will get the carry, and he goes backwards. We saw some pushing and shoving earlier. Nothing ensuing this time.
Number 51, Michael Mastrocola. Second and 12 for Braintree.
So Braintree now with a big play upcoming. Tellier back to pass. Has some room to his right. Fires. Caught. And a nice play by Parsons Gomes as he hauls that one in.
Complete the pass to number 17, Taylor Parsons. And 3rd and 5 for Braintree for defense.
3rd down and 5. Parsons Gomes, the tallest receiver Braintree has, and he makes the catch. Faking it to Franciosa Johnson, now throwing it to the near side, caught! Parsons Gomes makes one miss, and he walks in for the score, as Parsons Gomes, who had just made the catch on the other side of the field, this time makes the catch and makes a couple of defenders miss on way to the end zone, and Braintree with another really nice touchdown play. And the highlight type play, this time from Parsons Gomes, and he is fired up on his way to the sideline as Braintree goes ahead now 13-6, pending the extra point. Brooks again out there to hopefully send it through for Braintree. And another flag thrown. Important call. That backs Braintree up 5 yards. That's going to make it a lot more difficult. And the call is for offside, so does Braintree decide to go for 2 here or remain with the kicking team? And it looks like they will remain with the special teams. It doesn't affect anything if you still go for the extra point. You saw really no change in setup from the kicker. And the kick on the way, and the kick is up, and the kick is through, and good. Braintree makes it 14-6. So Parsons Gomes for about 20 yards out makes Braintree's lead 8 points now, 14-6. As the Wamps get set to kick it off. Braintree looking to move to 4-3 with the win. And a nice answer here to start this third quarter on offense. Long wait in between the kickoff here as Braintree will send it out. And this one on a couple of rolls bounces out of bounds. And flag, of course, thrown for the ball going out of bounds on the kickoff.
Ball out of bounds on the kickoff. Weymouth will start from the 35-yard line.
So it's like Weymouth will take the penalty and move up 5 yards. So the ball will be spotted at the 35. So first and 10 for Weymouth at the 35-yard line. Braintree, who had just scored. Now the defense will try and make a play for the Wamps as the handoff may be a yard on the carry.
That's number 22, Cameron Aida on the run. Bring us to second down.
Aida on the carry. The Wildcats really need a response here as we're well past the halfway point of the third quarter. Braintree with the only points of the third to add to their 7-6 halftime lead is 14-6. Weymouth will take this on a quarterback take as Braintree hammering him out of bounds. That's Luongo knocking him out and the quarterback's fired up. Obviously, it looked like there was some unnecessary contact from Luongo, but the play was still on the field of play, so he did knock him even though probably didn't necessarily need to hammer him out of bounds, but he was still in bounds, so it was a legitimate hit. He was not out of bounds. It wasn't late. But obviously in football now, they really do protect the quarterbacks. There's not going to be a ton that they will allow the defensive players to get away with. As the handoff is going to gain a couple yards. And the take by Aida. Out to about the 42-yard line.
So looking forward for Weymouth.
So it brings up a 4th down, and let's see what Weymouth does here on their own side of the field, down by 8. Quarterback coming back onto the field, so one would imagine they're going to go for it. Unless they're going to try and draw Braintree offside. And the ball out to the 45, and the signal is for a first down. Wow, that's going to be close, and they do get it.
And that's enough for a first down.
So a first down on a 4th down play. And just like that, Weymouth able to move the chains. And a little reverse play as the running back able to find his way out over midfield down to the 45-yard line and close to a first down on that carry.
Tyler Nordstrom to Cam Aida to Brandon Riley on the run. The 2nd and 1 for Weymouth.
So 2nd and 1. Getting ready for the play here on a 2nd and short, and he did not find any room and actually lost yardage. Bring up a 3rd down and maybe 2 now, maybe a little further.
Once again. 3rd and 2.
Well, that's the way to do it. That's why the incidence of getting fooled a lot less.
I'm lucky I can still ride because I saw him coming this way. I thought he still had it. He got hit.
Well, by staying wide, you can see the reverse, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, if you do that, and you see a little trick.
So a big play upcoming.
Put your hands together for that Weymouth offense.
And the handoff goes up the middle. And a first down carry.
That's Mike Stevenson on the run up the middle. And that's enough for a Weymouth first down.
So Weymouth really needing something here on this drive. As Braintree holds on to a 8-point lead. Obviously a touchdown and a 2-point conversion would be needed for Weymouth to tie the game. As the quarterback rolls to his right, fires it down the field, and it is caught inside the 35-yard line. Looks like it'll be marked at the 32 and another first down. So Nordstrom finds Fernandez.
be first and 10 Weymouth on the Braintree 32-yard line.
Back to pass, throwing to his left, and the ball is completed. And a short gain.
That's number 22, Cameron Aida.
Aida on the catch.
That'll bring us to the end of the third quarter.
So that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter as Braintree holds on to a 14-6 lead. We'll return right after this.
This is the city where danger lurks. Today, a new creature walks among us, terrorizing innocent citizens. They prowl the streets alone and in packs, causing mayhem, destruction, and carnage. Warning, until the threat can be contained, we must all be on the lookout for the dreaded digital deadwalkers. They're not looking out for you.
Dude! Engage!
A public service safety message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons, who want to keep everyone well connected.
Sorry.
With strong, healthy bones.
Welcome back to Weymouth High School as we are ready to begin the fourth quarter. 14-6 the lead for Braintree as they try and hold on here on the road. As the handoff goes up the middle and Braintree in the backfield, able to take them down. And that was Perry Lane back there, able to make the tackle for a loss. So the ball spotted at the 36-yard line, and Weymouth now in a much tougher situation here on offense. Third down and 14. And this is going to be a very tough down and distance. As Fernandez goes in motion, a 4-receiver set. Back to pass, Nordstrom down the field he goes, it's incomplete. As a Weymouth player gets hurt on the play, trying to make that catch, still rolling around in pain here. And we have an injury on the field as we will take a break early in the fourth quarter, 14-6 lead, and a fourth down upcoming, as we'll be right back. The Weymouth player had to be helped off the field by two different players, so obviously in very difficult pain there on the sideline. Now a very difficult situation on fourth down upcoming for the offense, trying to help out their fallen teammate. And Braintree able to take them down in the backfield, and that's Perry Lane on the sack in the backfield, and a turnover on down, as that is Lane who fires up his teammates on the sideline. So Lane, who just had the tackle for a loss, now with the sack and the turnover on downs in the process, and the Braintree offense in a great position here to try and seal this one up. So 14-6 and the ball now for Braintree. Braintree with the ball at the 45. And Tellier to pass. Tellier open down the field and nearly picked off as Parsons Gomes had the defender jump in front of him, and now he's shaken up a bit, holding that lower back. So an injury for Weymouth early in this fourth quarter. Now Braintree with a hobble player. Parsons Gomes going to the sideline. And Braintree with a very dangerous play that almost got the Weymouth team fired back up with another turnover. That would have been the third of the game for Braintree. And a smart play this time, a handoff, as Braintree with their best run of the game. As that is Luongo on the first down carry. Gets about 12 yards and lose the chain.
Right now, number 20, Mike Stevenson, and number 25.
And obviously, if you're Braintree right now, what you want to do is keep the clock moving. Braintree with this one going backwards as Francis Johnson tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
By Weymouth, number 40, Justin Barnes, and number 8, Jacob Tanner.
Clock will continue to move, though, which is exactly what Braintree wants to do here in this fourth quarter, to try and seal this one up. So the defense for Weymouth needing a stop. Braintree looking to pretty close to put this one away early in this fourth quarter. And again, the pass dangerously thrown in the direction of Parsons Gomes. Braintree with a 3rd and 14 here in the fourth quarter. Ball will be spotted at the 46. 3rd down. And very long for Braintree. Back to pass Tellier. Tellier looking down the field, middle of the field, it's caught. And the completion of Brooks. And Braintree will hand it off to the referee as that moves the chains in the process. Wow, what a play on 3rd down. And Braintree with a quick hurry-up play as the handoff, and a very minimal gain on the handoff to Brooks, who just made that nice catch over the middle of the field. But Braintree right now looking to run some clock, looking to kill out the remaining minutes of this ball game. As it is Luongo up the middle, and Luongo brings it down inside the 10, and a 1st and goal now for the Braintree offense, who's doing a great job here, killing clock and churning some yards here in this fourth quarter, trying to get a 2-touchdown lead in the process. Weymouth defense has to have a stop. Right now, Braintree has the answer, and this time the defense does come away with something in the backfield. The 3 players taking down Luongo as he went backwards right after the initial contact. So it brings up a 2nd and goal from, looks like now, outside the 10. Right at the 10. Sides, moving around a bit here. Braintree with Brooks spreading to the right now. As Tellier looks like he's going to take this one himself, does throw it over the middle, and dangerously thrown and incomplete. Trying to jump and throw that one, and the ball falls just in front of the Weymouth defender.
Number 59, Dylan Adams, in on that quarterback rush.
Big 3rd down for the Braintree offense. Tellier with the handoff. It's Brooks. Brooks inside the 5-yard line. As that makes it a much more manageable 4th down if Braintree does decide to go for it, which the offense remains on the field. Looks like they will go for it. Brooks has done a nice job kicking in this game, but Braintree will elect to make it 21-6 if they score here on the 4th down play. It is a handoff to Luongo, and he stretches in for the touchdown. As Luongo scores before the ball pops free, and Braintree extends their lead to 20-6 on the rush from 5 yards out by Luongo. Getting ready for the extra point as Braintree looks to extend their lead. for the snap. And the kick on the way, and the kick is up, and the kick, he missed it. As Brooks with his first missed extra point here of the game, and the score remains 20-6. Braintree now ready to kick it off with a 20-6 lead. As it is sent short towards the sideline, rolls towards the boundary, and is still in play. Weymouth has to pick it up. Out to the 10, and that did not work in their favor. The receiver, the return man, trying to let that one roll out of bounds, and it backfired. They were lucky they jumped on that ball. Braintree could have recovered that at the 10. That would have been a live ball.
First and 10 Weymouth from the 10-yard line.
And the ball spotted at the 11-yard line on a very short gain. So the offense really in a tough spot, backed up against their own goal line. 10 yards from their end zone. And Braintree looking for the put-away punch with a 14-point lead as Weymouth with the ball. Oh, the ball up, and the quarterback now rolling to his left, throws, and the ball is completed out to the 14-yard line. That looked like it was going to be a negative play, but somehow able to make something out of nothing there. So 3rd down and 6 for the offense. Rolling to his right, and Braintree with the sack in the backfield. And it's Lane again, his 2nd sack of the game. And it brings up 4th down. As Weymouth has the ball just a couple yards from the end zone now, and what do? Obviously you're going to have to punt it, but down 20-6. What do you try and do here? Because Braintree might bring some pressure. Try and take them in the backfield. Lock it. Got nothing to lose if you're Braintree. Obviously if you try and go for the block and you make contact with the punter, that could obviously turn into a penalty, but I think Braintree might go for it here. Try and go right at him. I'm not sure what the referees are delaying the game for now. Obviously there's some bad blood in this game. Braintree and Weymouth had a little scrum earlier, but getting ready as the punter, getting ready to send this one from his own end zone. As he actually takes a knee, and that is going to be a safety. So Weymouth electing to take the safety and give Braintree the 2 points. So Braintree will get 2 points to make it 22-6. You don't see that very often. And now we'll get ready for the kick from Weymouth. Getting set for the onside kick now, it looks like, is Weymouth, as they send it to the right, and it does not go the allotted distance, and Braintree will get the ball, and the ball will be inside the 30, and that did not work. So Weymouth, with really a couple of big mistakes here in this second half, obviously got sacked right outside the 2, took the safety, and then the onside kick was nowhere close to working, and now Braintree just trying to run the final minutes out of this clock, where the offense now will start inside the 30. Braintree's offensive snap will be a handoff, and losing yardage will be the running back, Luongo. And right now, Braintree just looking to churn that clock as Luongo goes to the sideline and Brooks enters. During times this season, we have seen James Curry, the sophomore, but hasn't got many touches in this game, as Brooks is taken down, and he did stay in bounds, so the clock will continue to move. Braintree will have an opportunity really to seal this one up with a touchdown here after recovering the onside kick. 22-6 lead for Braintree after the safety. And now looking just put the finishing touches on this ball game. Tellier looking down the field, wide open is Dionisio, and the touchdown. And Dionisio with a little extra for the defender as he scores. And Braintree now looking to make it a finishing touch here as the score is 28-6. So Dionisio with the touchdown reception, wide open. Very rarely do you see a safety in a high school game, but it happened here today in this fourth quarter, and Braintree has dominated the second half as we get ready for the extra point. As we have another injured player down on the field, it looks like. We'll be right back. Extra point after the injury, and it's blocked. And Weymouth coming away with the block.
That extra point is blocked by number 22, Cameron Aida.
So the score remains 28-6, Braintree. As the Wamps will kick it off one more time. Brooks ready to kick it off. 28-6 lead for the Wamps, as this one will be fielded at the 11-yard line. As Weymouth brings it out across the 15 to the 20, 30, 35, where finally knocked out of bounds. As Weymouth now running out of time in this game. So Braintree, who led 7-6 at halftime, has exploded here in this fourth quarter. Braintree has scored a couple touchdowns and a safety. Braintree has missed 2 extra points in this game, but has made it up with that safety. As the quarterback will take it himself, and Nordstrom brings it out to midfield. As Braintree with a pretty big hit there. That'll be a first down.
That's enough for Weymouth first down.
So the ball at midfield. As the Wildcats trying to come all the way back, but obviously just haven't had any offense in this second half. They only scored 6 points in the first half. Those 2 turnovers obviously looming large in this game as the ball goes down the field and is batted away by Franciosa Johnson, who defended that one well.
Pass intended for number 1, Dante Torriglione.
So it looks like Braintree's on their way to their 4th win of the season. They'll move to 4-3. Weymouth will drop to 3-4 with the loss, but a lot of things to work on if you're Braintree here. This is not a pretty game as much as the score indicates. They have the 28-6 lead. They really need to start sewing up some things and continue to work on their ball security issues. Braintree has turned the ball over too often here this season to win those big games. As the ball fired down the field and incomplete. The ball was thrown out of bounds anyway, but obviously well defended by a couple of Braintree players, including Cole Antonio. Looking down the field for Tanner for the Wildcats. So the ball still at that midfield mark, but a couple of incompletions in a row. As the quarterback again will throw, taking off and getting sacked in the backfield. And Braintree in on the sack, trying to see that number. Spins that jersey around, be able to identify him. Still never saw him. Nonetheless, Braintree with a sack. And it'll be a 4th down play, and Weymouth will need a miracle here. Braintree with a lot of sacks here in the second half, a couple of them for Lane. Back to pass on the 4th down play, going short with it, and the ball completed. Still going with it, and over the 40, and that will be close enough, and it will move the chains as Weymouth will continue with the football. Back to pass as they hurry up now. Braintree brings some pressure in the backfield. The quarterback will take off, and he goes out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Weymouth bench with a little bit to say to the Braintree side of Matthew Marmai, who's obviously pointing to the scoreboard to say, hey guys, take a look at the score. We're up big. So the Wildcats will continue with the football, trying to extend this game. Taking the handoff, and again the quarterback, who's had to throw the ball a lot in this game, will just toss it off over the middle, and that's not going to get much as the ball completed to Fernandez. Fernandez has been busy. Nordstrom has had to drop back at least 30 times in this game. And every time the ball stays in bounds, the clock will continue to run. And right now, it's just a matter of time before this game ends. As the ball thrown to the other side, and the ball is completed. So that actually hurts as Fernandez catches the ball for just a 2 or 3 yard pickup, keeps the clock moving. And Braintree very content to see that happen every time. Obviously, there's no reason to stop the clock if you're Braintree. This game is over. Just try and stay healthy here, really, is what you want to do. Obviously, trying to keep the team to 6 points, but certainly don't want to get hurt in the process. And rolling to his left, throwing it down the field. It goes, and incomplete. Colantonio with some good defense by Braintree there. And the crowd's starting to file out here. And obviously this game's been over for a while now here in this fourth quarter. And that is a turnover on downs as the Braintree offense will come back onto the field and really just kneel the ball and kneel out the clock. So Braintree will pick up a victory here on the road against what has been, in many sports, been their rival Weymouth, but football necessarily hasn't been that case. As Braintree will hand it off, they will not kneel the ball down. It's Francis Johnson, who does not touch the ball in the backfield very often, gets the carry. So 28-6 as Braintree just running out the final seconds of this game. Now the handoff, and again, Francis Johnson, who took a shot after the play. Not really sure why Francis Johnson is running the ball here late in the game. Must have wanted to get a couple carries here. I really don't understand why you'd want one of your stars here to be taking any beating late in the game where you don't need to take any extra contact. And now he's going to the sideline, which he should be. And now, Braintree will be in win formation and kneel it down, and that will solidify the victory. So no reason to stop the clock for Weymouth, and that will be the final result of this ball game as Braintree will win the contest 28-6 over Weymouth as Braintree improves to 4-3. And again, Braintree with the big play of the game starting off by Francis Johnson over 70 yards on the pass touchdown. Weymouth getting a 5-yard rush to make it 7-6, missed the extra point. Braintree from Parsons Gomes from 20 yards out to go ahead 14-6, and then a 5-yard rush by Luongo in the fourth made it 20-6 after the missed extra point. A safety made it 22-6, and then Dionisio, a touchdown catch, made it 28-6 as Braintree beats Weymouth here today. So thank you for watching our broadcast here of Braintree Football. On behalf of our camera person here today, Mark Davis, I'm Mike Walsall. We'll see you next time.